guys, Caleb here, back again with more bad fanfiction theater, and we have guests.
Hello.
Hey.
We have Stitch, Harlequin, and Levi here. Yay! Because somebody has to do the yay while Dave's not here.
Oh.
Yay.
Yay. Oh, the enthusiasm.
Yes, the lovely, lovely enthusiasm of three people who are just like, we've been talking for like half an hour not doing anything, and then we're just kind of like, oh hey, maybe we should be reading this story that we were supposed to be reading 30 minutes ago. So today, we are reading Halo. Halos in Space 2. Aliens Attack.
Because they were attacking before, right?
What?
Did you just say purple nurple?
No, I said they weren't aliens attacked because they weren't attacking before, were they?
I don't remember. I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm tired, and I'm here to read a story.
I'm supposed to sit here and smile, and like, yeah, and nod my head.
I was poking fun at the name.
Yes, I know. You'll have to bear with us, or at least me. I'm very tired. So, this is the sequel to, of course, Halos in Space, and you can find it here. Ding! And now we are going to be reading this. I don't know anything about it, except that Levi has clearly read this before, and he's looking forward to us reading it now. And hopefully this is going to be so much better than the shit we've read for the last several weeks.
We can only hope.
It is.
So let's go. If you want to follow along, there will be a link down in the description below. Halo! Halos in Space 2, Aliens Attack.
Joe Chief bended his legs and his other legs and looked at the big
Wait, he has more than 2 legs?
He's the spiders. He's a spider's person.
That's awesome.
And tear dropped down his eyes and said, "Alien, you shoot at my human people and kill it, shoot at it, no more, or else."
So, there are only human people he's concerned with.
Apparently.
Dick.
Joe Chief grabbed the weapon on his back and standed up.
Everywhere aliens were shooting and making booms on humans, people around the Halo place. "No, over there! No, over there!" a human guy said to another human guy, because alien things are going to them. "No, we die soon," the other human guy said back to the other human guy after, "No, you don't die soon." "Chief," yelled back to the human guys. "Yes, we do." Human guys shot back. "No, look, Joe," Chief said. Then boom, 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 boom. Joe Chief shot the big, huge weapon that looked like a cannon on a pirate ship, but smaller and more bigger bullets.
Wait, what? So wait,
Yeah!
He's shooting a gun that looks like a cannon on a pirate ship, but it's smaller, but somehow
The same person who wrote this wrote that other thing, because this is a deja vu moment.
What do you mean by
everything?
Like cannon on a pirate ship, but smaller and more bigger bullets.
The Bella Swan story? Pregnant and Furious?
No, the one we just read the other night. That same line is in that in one of the other stories we read.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah, I've read so much crap, I don't even remember if there's a similar line.
Word for word, it's in one of these other last ones we read.
So Squirrel King made a sock puppets, huh?
Probably.
Apparently.
By the way, there's no gun in Halo that looks like the kind of cannon on a pirate ship that Squirrel King is suggesting. Just wanted to put that out.
Okay.
Okay.
But it shoots, even though it's tiny, it shoots bigger bullets and more of them.
That's not how it works in Halo either.
I don't think he knows that.
No. I think he read the other story like that line and threw it in his.
Maybe.
Because that's the same sentence. That's the same line, word for word. Okay, the aliens around had no heads, no more, because the weapon blew them to teeny weeny pieces. Yes, thank you, Joe Chief, both human guys said at the same time together.
After Joe Chief helped them, he went away to help other human guys. But right then, a huge alien ship dropped down from to space skies. Joe Chief tried shooting big booms at it, but no thing happened. 'Cause alien's ship had a lightningy thing on it that made booms blow up too fast. All I can imagine right now is that this alien ship is Comicron 1 before it was known as Comicron 1, and it has the temporal shields up.
He's probably hinting at a Covenant battle cruiser. I can show you a picture of it if you want, but that would mean we'd be putting more thought into the story than it likely deserves.
Yeah. Joe Chief said, "What? How when I have this weapon I can't kill a big alien ship? It's called a shield, dumbass." "Now I have no bullets." "Well, that's what you get for wasting them all when it clearly has a shield, stupid."
And might I point out that it's a brilliant idea to yell that out when your enemies can hear it.
Yes, I'm out of ammo. Oh, well, let's get this guy then. He's out of ammo.
By the way, the aliens in Halo can understand English, so brilliant idea, Joe.
Yep. And he yelled it really loud, because he's a moron. Joe Chief jumped over dead aliens with no head. Many dead aliens with the same head that they don't have, apparently, really fast to get to Big Weapon Place. It wasn't there, but Joe Chief said, "Hurry!" To who? Who are you telling to hurry?
Himself?
I don't know. Well, I would be thinking that in my head. I'd be like, go, 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 go! Gotta get weapons! Gotta do it now! Go! But I wouldn't be saying this out loud. Then it came on the ground. What did? The weapons you're looking for? Because weapons get born in Halo Town. What? They get born in Halo Town. From some place you can't see.
Halo Town isn't an existing location in Halo. This sounds eerily similar to something you'd see in Thomas the Tank Engine, even though I don't remember the show that well.
This is Halloween, Halloween, Halloween.
I don't remember the show like at all, but I know this was the kind of mentality the writers put into it.
When Joe
the background ambience. Okay,
when
sorry.
Joe Chief was putting it on his back again, it wasn't on your back originally. It was magically on the ground because it just appeared. The alien ship saw him and punched a button to make missile come from it to go to Joe Chief. Where they punched this button, I don't know, but apparently it made a missile appear.
Also, I want to point out that he gets Halo wrong again. The alien ships do not use buttons. They use hollow panels. Hologram panels.
Mm-hmm.
Not physical controls.
It blew up every place, and Joe Chief... Okay. But Joe Chief had a shield, but it was all gone after. So Joe Chief waited for the bits, and the shield got back. So it blew him up, but not really because he had a shield, but it broke his shield, but not really because it's back.
Because that makes sense, right?
Exactly. Video game logic, people, doesn't work in actual fanfiction storytelling.
Well, then you have fanfiction logic that doesn't actually work in video games.
Hint, hint, MIL.
Totally.
Yeah. Exactly. I hate you, Jenna.
Mm-hmm.
Never write another story. Never. Link hates you. He would. He'd hate her more than you enjoy.
I'm not sure what you said there because it's
Mind
like your
editing.
volume is kind of maxed.
Oh, sorry. You mind editing that out?
Sure.
Yeah. Just spontaneous emotional reaction. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, it's just sometimes it's like you're too close to the mic or something, and so it's really loud.
Yep. Forgive me. Nice try, alien ship, but now I have a shield again. Ha ha ha! Joe Chief yelled at ship Then Ship said, okay, apparently this is Thomas the Tank Engine now. Then Ship said, don't laugh at me, I'll show you. And punched another missile at Joe Chief.
Wait. So it just grabbed a missile, like in the old Bugs Bunny cartoons where you see like the little guy trying to like hammer the end of the missile to make it explode. But instead of doing that with a hammer, it just picks up a missile and punches it in the direction of Joe Chief.
Oh, I've seen anime where they do that. Guy picks up a missile and he just punches it to add in force.
Yeah.
And when it collides, it explodes. I've seen that happen in anime.
Which anime?
I don't remember it. For some odd reason, I can see it clearly in my head.
It was probably something comedic. I want to say maybe JoJo's Bizarre Adventure might have done something like that, but again, I'm not familiar with that, so I really don't know. I don't watch a lot of comedy anime.
Me neither.
Same here. But then some people, or some human people, drove to Joe Chief on a Warthog. No, it's Warthog, you idiot. And picked him up and drove away before the missile hit him.
What?
Yep.
Hold on. Okay, so they punched a missile at him, but then some human people drove... Okay, so they got a car of some kind, and they went to him, picked him up, and drove... Somehow capable of doing all this before a speeding missile hits them.
Yep. What he was referring to was a Warthog, which is basically your typical military jeep, and it's nothing special. That's pretty much what it is. Imagine, just imagine the jeeps they use in the army.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll know what I mean. Anyways, Joe Chief, a general before said, said that the boss alien is on the big ship. We need to kill boss alien to make them go far back to Alien Town. Okay? Again,
so wait, so is this like Toontown? Alien Town? And at midnight, Judge Doom is gonna release dip on the whole town and kill them all?
I honestly have no idea what he's talking about. There is no Alien Town in Halo unless he's talking about High Charity, which is basically a mobile city, but Alien Town, unless that's what he's talking about, it could be anything, including made-up location. You know, like how Jenna made up locations and my inner fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me for saying that, but
it's okay. I mean, seriously, you've seen the show. You know how bad we can get.
Well, I can get worse. I just try to set a good example for the audience, and I don't. Anyways, a human guy with a cool helmet said, "Put detail in the story, dude."
It was that was plenty of detail. It's a cool guy in a helmet.
Yeah. Okay, let's kill all of them, Joe Chief said. Wait, you hear that? I'm sorry, but helmet.
I heard you got some gumbo back there. I'd like some of that fancy stuff. All I got me is a bologna sandwich. I like bologna.
Wasn't exactly Cajun.
I know that ain't Cajun. I just said the first thing that came to mind. I'm like, whatever, I'm going with it.
Let's go all of them. Okay. Yes, I don't know what it is, Joe Chief said. It is me! A big alien with spines on the back of it and a shield like Joe Chief said. Oh, now I will kill you, Joe Chief said. And
now we have, why do I feel like we've touched on species?
Maybe because I'm specious?
No, the spines on the back of the aliens. Okay, neither one of you.
Oh, the movie.
Yeah, the movie.
I have not seen that in forever, so I don't really remember what the alien thing looked like.
Also, I figured out the anime I was talking about. It was an earthbender.
Oh, okay.
Like, I had it like, where I could see I had like, oh wait, no, that was Avatar. The Spine's alien shot a needle gun at the Warthog and killed the human people, and the needle stuck in the helmet of the human guy, but then they stuck in his heart, so he died anyways. Joe Chief
You
jumped
just
from
said
it.
he killed those people. So what does it matter if it hit him in the... Whatever.
Joe Chief jumped from it and landed on his hands, and then flipped over, though his space guy armor was heavy. Spine's alien, we can fight with weapon like babies or fight with hands and feet. Spine's alien says back, Joe Chief,
Wait.
yeah, or hands and feet like strong guys. Joe Chief.
He spent the last story in this story using weapons, so he basically just called himself a baby.
No, I just skipped like an entire paragraph, a sentence.
Yes, he was commenting about something else, not that you skipped stuff.
Alright. Spine's alien, we can fight with weapon like babies or fight with hands and feet like strong guys. Joe Chief said out loud to Spine's alien, Joe Chief, I am not a baby. I will fight you with hands and feet. Spine's alien says back. Joe Chief charged at Spine's alien with his fist out ready for a big punch, but the Spine's alien turned around and Joe Chief punched Spine's. Oi! Joe Chief said, but he broke the spines off, so the Spine's alien said, oh, too. Joe Chief looked at the big alien ship and saw that the doors was closing, and he was running out of time, so Joe Chief said, now you die. Then with a lot of power from his whole body, Joe Chief stepped back, then swung his arm really, really, really fast. You couldn't see it because it was a blur, then plow! Right on the Spine's alien face. The Spine's alien's face blew up, and brains and blood and guts went all over. The doors were closed almost, so Joe Chief ran fast and jumped to try to get under the door, but...
To be continued?
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
How did he get on the ship when they weren't even on the ship? It was just the alien ship was there. How does punching somebody make their brains explode as well as their guts when you punch them in their face? How is that making their guts explode?
The only explanation would be is if when he punched their face, he broke through their skull and went down their throat, ending the pressure into their stomach.
Technically, the Master Chief can do that in the actual Halo canon. There was one level in the first game where Master Chief is shown to be strong enough to punch into a guy's face and rip something out of his brain. So technically that
Okay, so he could punch a dude through the head and make it go blue. But, again, how would that travel down into his guts and make them go bluey?
I said, if he actually hit the guy in the face and his punch actually had enough force to it that it actually it riveted down the spine or the throat of the alien, thus kind of going past the stomach or resulting in the stomach and exploding outward. It's possible, and I'm probably not explaining it right.
Well, it makes sense to me.
Okay, sure, why not? So, Stitch, what did you think of that story?
The majority of the spelling was accurate.
Mostly, yeah.
I still had no clue what was going on. There's Master Chief and some spine alien. I guess it's from Species. I don't know why she's not procreating like a rabbit on steroids. If it even is a she.
Joe Chief is not the Master Chief. Squirrel King supposedly made this guy the brother of Master Chief, even though I don't even know if the Master Chief has siblings. And if he does, they don't serve in the military.
No. But this is interesting. Seriously, I didn't know there was an actual story to Halo. I just knew it as a game that you got and then sit there and you ran around chasing each other, shooting, hunting each other down. That's all I've ever seen the game play.
Oh, there's a huge story to it, and a lot of it is told in the books and comics. But there's a lot of story to it, but what Squirrel King fails to do is, well, first of all, his original characters, except Joe Chief, don't have
Crying
names.
out loud.
And in the previous one, he only addresses one alien species by name, but here he doesn't do it at all.
Well, Levi, since you really like this story, I take it, what did you think about it?
Well, first off, I didn't exactly like it that much. I think it's funny, but I suggested we read it because, this is bad fan fiction theater, and this, well,
Bad
it's
fanfiction.
safe to say that it's funny, but an infantile piece of trash, and this one is more infantile than the last one, honestly. It has elements that closely resemble Thomas the Tank Engine, such as the ship being able to talk, unless he's implying that its crew is talking to Joe Chief, and then Halo Town and
Alien Town.
and the creation of weapons. I mean,
Again, I think really
Thank you.
in a way, it's like the author is trying to again, we were joking about this. I think we mentioned it while we were reading. Game logic in a story. When you play a game, stuff spawns and you pick it up, and sometimes, depending on the game, it might spawn given a certain amount of time or something. And, we kind of just go with it because it's a video game. But in a story, things just magically spawning seems strange and will make your reader scream bullshit.
Yeah.
I think really we're trying to go with actually playing the game in mentality here, but it doesn't work when you can't apply logic to things going on in that reality. It's different playing a game versus comprehending a story that's going on. It's like the gameplay elements are completely separate from the story, not really combined into one. And I don't really know how to really explain that well, except there's a thing called, why can't I think of this word? Your disbelief.
Oh yes, the limiting of the suspension of disbelief.
Yes, suspension of disbelief. You can only get away with so much in a story, because the audience knows that they're watching the story, that they are taking part in something that isn't necessarily real. So you can have things like magic, or try to explain that things can just magically change form or something, and maybe give a throwaway line that has to do with boulder gods or something. But there's a point to where it becomes absurd, and the viewer, the reader, or whoever it is that is your audience starts to, it clicks into their mind that this is too much, this is stupid and doesn't make sense, this wouldn't happen that way. And so they've lost the immersion into that story, as if it were real, in a sense. And
May I also point out that some people take everything seriously, and
yes,
if they see this guy defiling the source material like this,
yes,
such as failing to address a vehicle that people who aren't even Halo fans know of, that's gonna piss them off.
yeah. I mean, it wouldn't really upset me, but it's just kind of like, if I'm playing a Resident Evil game and somebody's like, okay, take this, this is Barry's Magnum, and I'd be like, no. Yeah, I mean, technically, yes, it's a Magnum, but no, Barry wields specifically a Colt Python. I'm like, you should know this if you're writing a fan fiction. Because I'm like, I really, really love Resident Evil, and I'm going to be paying attention to that kind of detail. And it's not really going to ruin my enjoyment of something, but it is something that's going to, take me out of the moment. I know better because I played the games, and I know what things are, and who does what, and their personalities.
Yep. On the subject of Resident Evil, to add to your point, that would also be like saying Luis from Resident Evil 4 quit smoking, when in reality, considering his job and that he works for, or did work for Umbrella, he would definitely need what's referred to as a vice.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was shown that Luis has a conscience,
Mm-hmm.
which is why he helped Leon take down the Los Illuminados.
Yes.
So, Kassie,
Yes.
what was your opinion?
I read the thing. I'll forget about it, in the next 10 minutes when I'm done talking about it. I'll remember it when I need to edit it and put it up on whenever it's going to be up on a Thursday, probably next month, if not at the end of the month. And, I'll never think about it again.
I've already forgotten it.
Pretty much. So, any final thoughts?
Well, this was better than the Pokemon story.
Yeah. I would say it's about as legible.
Yeah.
I mean, words are spelled mostly correctly, but I still have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Me neither.
Admittingly, it was senseless. I had a better understanding of what was going on than in the Pokemon story, but still, it's easy to not exactly get what's going on. And again, I know I might have already mentioned this, but I know he didn't care about the quality of the story, but still only giving one character a name and vaguely addressing two of the aliens, basically nicknaming the big bad, the boss alien, then the guy Joe Chief fights is Spine's alien.
Mm-hmm.
That's not gonna tell most people, even if they're incredibly intelligent.
Really, what would have helped this a lot would have been a more detailed description about places and events and the aliens that they're fighting. Also, if this guy is supposedly a big bad boss of a dude, he should have a name. And it's okay if the main character, in this case Joe Chief, doesn't know what this guy's name is, or maybe he can't even pronounce it, or the dude just won't tell him if he bothers to ask. And so he just kind of nicknames this guy Spine, or Spines, or something. You can be a little more creative than just, it's an alien with spines, so it's Spine's alien. And I'm like, you can work with this. But you need more actual characters than just this dude you invented, and that you constantly use his full name the entire time.
Might I also point out that in the actual Halo canon, there's numerous aliens that could be referred to as boss alien, and so if he was using a canon character, that could mean anyone. Audience is not missing out on much. If they want to read something funny that's far-fetched, I'd say, why not read Bella Swan, Pregnant and Furious?
Yeah, that was entertaining. That was fun.
This, while funny, is just so fundamentally lacking.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not enough crazy going on to really make this entertaining. I mean, it's just like, oh, I can point that out and make a comment about Toontown or something. Or I can point that out and make another reference to something we read like a year ago and we hated because that story sucked ass and took forever.
Might I also point out how similar it is to Thomas the Tank Engine at times, even though I don't remember much about the show. I mean, weapons being born in Halo Town, ships being able to talk. I mean, those were elements of
I mean, that doesn't really harken me back to Thomas the Tank Engine, but again, I haven't seen that in years, and I don't remember if any towns had specific names. It was just about the trains as if they were people, but they were trains and did stuff.
sentient vehicles capable of linguistic communication.
Well, it's
Yes.
technically happened in other shows before, like Vampires and
Yeah,
Transformers, if you kind of want to say they were sentient vehicles, even though they were a robot alien race.
Yeah, I don't remember much about the show, but this,
Uh,
not to sound insulting, but the author seemed to have displayed a preschool mentality when he wrote this.
In ways, yes, it could possibly be a very young person who loves the games and wrote their own story and decided to post it. That's quite possible. I think somebody somewhere suggested that it's possible the person writing the Halo stories may not have had English as their first language.
they're from Canada.
Zaffer wrote this story. I knew it.
Yeah, well, Squirrel King obviously isn't little anymore because this was written in, like, 2007. That was when I was in high school, so
Yeah.
lots of time has
So it's been it's almost 9 years. So even if he was in like 4th grade or 5th grade or something, he'd be, out of high school by now and in college? If I'm doing the math correctly in my very tired head.
I don't know. You really don't know.
I mean, there's a lot of things we'd have to suppose that we just don't know. I don't think it says anything on Squirrel King's profile, does it?
Yeah, it does. It's quite a lot.
Let's take a look. Author has written 9 stories for Half-Life, Metal Gear.
Only been speaking English for not that long, and Fanfics helped me do it. I just started to write these only before last week, maybe. Okay.
Really?
And then I don't know if this Twitter account actually works. So, that is actually pretty impressive and brave to do. And I've read fanfics where the author doesn't have English as their first language. I even read a really good fanfic, I don't remember what the title of it was now, where it was the author's third language, and they were learning a 4th language. And I'm like, that is some dedication to learning. I mean, I like Japan and stuff, but I looked at Japanese and tried to do that for maybe like a week, and I'm just like, yeah, this isn't happening, because I cannot comprehend and keep it in my mind.
You're not the only one.
Writing in an unfamiliar language to basically practice writing it and to practice thinking in that language, because it is important to think in that language so you can comprehend it more. It takes balls to do that and then post it online. And assuming this is true, I hope his English has gotten a lot better.
Well, considering the fact his Twitter actually works, he has perfect English and knows how to spell.
Yes, but that's now. What about back then when he was doing all of this? I mean, it's 100% possible he's a troll, and this also says he's in Canada.
But he could be from a country foreign to Canada.
True. We're really getting into analyzing this author.
But, I mean, unless I can, go all the way back in time to 2007 and see how much, what his spelling and things are. But see, his Twitter says it only goes to, 2011. Yeah, he joined in 2011. So, possible this dude is a troll. I'd say probably likely. But also, he could also been sincere when he wrote these. Anything's possible, really.
And he wrote them and then totally forgot he had this account and it's been dead that long.
Yeah, that happens
Wait, no, it was
too.
just updated September.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does happen.
So, Because I had an account on here under Caleb Cat, and I totally forgot I even had that thing, because I thought I hadn't done anything with fanfiction.net in years. And so I made a new account, which is the one I use now, and I don't even know what the password is for the old account. So I'm just kind of out of luck.
Does anyone have anything else to say? Because I forgot what I was going to say.
Not really.
I got in a tangent about other things that I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. But, again, it's possible maybe he, at the time, was a very young person studying English, or one or the other, possibly as well. And, now his English is coherent. It's also possible he's 100% troll. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, if that's all everyone has to say,
I can't think of anything to add on.
then I'm Caleb.
I'm somebody.
I'm mortified.
They're a pair of jeans and a joker. And I'm a cat. And this has been Bad Fanfiction Theater. Thank you for listening, guys. Bye!
Watch
Bye.
the next episode.
Hope we didn't traumatize you too much.